what you say.
Well, let's go wrong for wrong. Let's go leg for leg. Can't keep my hands to myself.
And Sophie Cunningham was recently fined, but what followed took the internet by storm. The WNBA handed her a $400 penalty, but that minor setback only fueled her rise. After a tough foul and a few media appearances, she skyrocketed in popularity, amassing 1.1 million TikTok followers, nearly 800,000 on Instagram, and completely selling out her jersey until July 8. Her fan base more devoted than ever. Let's be clear, this wasn't just about a physical play against J.C. Sheldon. Cunningham sent a message to the Indiana Fever, and today, she finally broke her silence.
I know you obsessed with me and I get it. Stay in your lane and stay out my business. Over there. Y'all running.
Once the intensity of the Connecticut Sun game died down, Sophie was asked about what went down, and her response, absolutely.
You gained, I think, 500,000 followers and such, and your jersey selling out. How cool is that for your...
Yeah, you know, it's cool. It's funny what kind of people are attracted to. You know, I'm just trying to keep the main thing. The main thing is that's basketball, trying to win games, sticking up for my teammates. And that's all part of it. I think all that stuff it's fun and whatnot, but at the end of the day, we need to win some basketball games.
That group played in front of the Patch House 2 nights back, and the other night, the energy and Sophie.
Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna be me. I don't go in there trying to predetermine anything. You know, I'm dialed in. I need to focus on hitting my shots, making sure I'm executing the schemes right. I'm not focused on the extracurricular activities. And you know what? During that, it was just part of the game. I think the refs had a lot to do with that. It was a build-up for a couple of years now of them just not protecting, you know, the star player of the WNBA. And so at the end of the day, I'm going to protect my teammates. That's what I do. And I'm a team player, so it's all good.
She's not wrong. That's just who Sophie is. It's the same intensity she brought in Phoenix. Every top-tier team has someone like her, the kind of player who brings grit and refuses to back down. Without that edge, teams get pushed around, out-muscled, and overlooked while officials turn a blind eye. Some expect Caitlin Clark to play that role herself, but she's a skill-based guard that's not typically their lane. Think about it. Steph Curry isn't throwing elbows out there. When things get rough, it's Draymond Green who steps in.
Definitely the W, especially if Sophie Cunningham is going to continue to fight people for messing with Caitlin Clark, because it feels like Caitlin Clark is going to get treated in a certain way in this league for a long time. She's not a rookie anymore. Okay? She's already proved herself. She's won. And then there were some, ladies last night that were trying to go a little physical. And in last year, I think something we noticed, and I think a lot of people noticed, is when Caitlin would get bullied, nobody would do nothing.
That's right.
Nobody would do nothing. It was like, hey, they didn't know, like, whoa, I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe people are doing this to Caitlin Clark. Teammates weren't jumping in there. They bring in Sophie Cunningham. I had no idea. Sophie Cunningham was a black belt at the age of 6.
Yeah. Yep.
Boom!
Wow.
J.C. Sheldon, that's cute. You want to poke her in the eye, then push her into a boom, maybe thing? Go ahead. I'll take a take foul, and you'll eat the deck a little bit here. And then we'll get out. I love it.
Let's break down the numbers. Sophie Cunningham signed a 1-year deal with Indiana worth $100,000, but in just 1 week, that single moment on the court has positioned her to earn 10 times that through brand partnerships. According to Open Sponsorship, athletes with around 500,000 Instagram followers can earn up to $20,000 per sponsored post. Sophie's Instagram is closing in on 800,000, and she's already surpassed 1.1 million followers on TikTok. At this rate, she could easily be earning between $40,000 and $70,000 per brand post, if not more. She was already on the radar with brands like Adidas and Quest Nutrition, but now the floodgates have opened. What's changed? Not her game, not her attitude. She didn't chase clout or stage a moment. She stepped in, had her teammates back, took the fine, and walked away with the crowd behind her. Now, fans are all in. GoFundMe pages have popped up offering to cover her fine, and her TikToks are pulling in millions of views.
And just when I thought I could palm it,
You better drop to your knees and bark like you want. Bet you we will speak again. Favorite player from your favorite team. Here in my DM. I'm so small and tiny. He's so big and tall.
Her Instagram posts are blowing up, some pulling in over 600,000 likes, and she's leaning into the moment with a sense of humor, even sharing a clip set to "Can't Keep My Hands to Myself," poking fun at the whole situation.
Can't keep my hands to myself. I mean, I could, but why would I want to?
This is what happens when you fully embrace the moment. But this isn't just about Sophie Cunningham. It's about what the WNBA is becoming, or at least what fans want it to become. Scroll through almost any WNBA post, and you'll see the same trend. Fans can't get enough of her. Right now, relevance is everything. And whether people love it or hate it, players like Sophie are driving that relevance. People aren't just tuning in for the games, they're buying jerseys, blowing up comment sections, and showing up for the drama. The league finally feels alive. The truth. The WNBA needs this, and it needs to wake up. You can't build your brand around stars like Caitlin Clark, then leave her out there unprotected for 4 quarters while the officials stay silent. That's not strategy, that's negligence. Every sport has players who do the dirty work, the enforcers who protect the stars, and if the refs won't step up, someone else has to. That's why Sophie's move wasn't reckless. It was calculated. It wasn't just emotion, it was a message. Whether or not you agree with how she did it, you can't ignore what it represented. Caitlin Clark isn't out there alone anymore. Anyone who tries her now has someone else to answer to. And here's the kicker, it worked. The Fever suddenly have some grit. They're not just counting on Caitlin to light up the scoreboard. They've got someone who's willing to throw down when things get physical. That changes the tone, the attitude, the identity of the whole team. The league tried to hit Sophie with a fine, but the fans turned it into fuel. What was meant to punish her only elevated her. That moment flipped the script. It wasn't the collapse of sportsmanship, it was the rebalance of power. And now, everyone knows, if you go after Caitlin Clark, you're not just facing a sharpshooter, you're facing a team with teeth, you're facing Sophie. This isn't just a basketball story, it's about loyalty. It's about stepping in when no one else will. It's about sending a message to your teammate. You're not out here alone anymore. So, what's your take? Was the fine justified? Did Sophie just step in where the officials wouldn't? Or did she redefine what it means to have someone's back in this league? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because if the WNBA keeps letting its biggest stars take hits without consequences, Sophie Cunningham might just become the league's most vital player. Like it or not, the era of the enforcer is making a comeback, and Sophie's leading the charge. But here's what makes it a marketing masterclass. Sophie didn't release a Notes app apology. She didn't tear up on camera. She owned the role fully, and the result? A brand image that feels real, bold, and magnetic. Brands don't chase controversy, they chase clarity. And Sophie gave them that. She made it clear who she is. And for once, the internet didn't cancel her, it crowned her.